I've been posting videos on this channel for the last 5 years, and it just dawned on me that I have never formally introduced myself or told you my story on how I ended up in Charleston, living where I do. So sit back, pour yourself a coffee, grab a beer, drink, water, wine, whatever it is that you're drinking, and let's have a little story time. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're new here, which you probably are, 88% of you have not subscribed. I am Bill, and I make videos to help people make better decisions when moving to, from, or around the greater Charleston area. So if you're into that sort of thing and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe down below. And if you're looking to make a move within the next 3 days to 3 years, I can probably help with that. So 5 years, a lot has happened in 5 years since I posted my first video. I've made a lot of progress in my videos. My first video looked like this. When you hear numbers on the news, what you're hearing is what happened many months ago. And that's not what we're going to talk about. We want to talk about what's going on right now. And now, here I am. Now, over the course of 5 years, I've posted over 200 videos. I have over 750,000 views, which I cannot thank you folks enough for watching my silly little videos, and over 5,300 subscribers on my channel. And because of that, it has actually allowed me to help dozens of folks just like you move to, from, and around Charleston. That's not what this video is about. We want to know how I ended up here. So here's a quick backstory. I was born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio, and I graduated from high school in 1999. You can do the math because it probably puts me a lot older than you thought I was. From there, I went to the University of Cincinnati, go Bearcats, and in 2007, I decided to pick up, leave Ohio, and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. While I was there, I met my now wife, and in 2013, I followed her down here to Charleston when we moved in together and ultimately got married. So when I moved to Charleston, I really didn't know too much about the area at all. Just that the girl I was dating and in love with lived here and I was moving with her. So I tasked her. She found us an apartment on James Island, which we lived in for 2 years. Now when we moved in, we had a cat. We still have a cat. Her name's Fenway. And we adopted our dog, Jessie. So it was just the 3 of us. In that 2 years, we ended up getting engaged and getting married. Now, right after we got married, I was bartending. I decided I needed a new job, so I started getting my real estate license. Well, while I was getting my real estate license, we decided we wanted to purchase a home. Now, we thought we could be on James Island, but we realized that our budget for what we wanted, we couldn't really get on James Island. My wife wasn't too keen on John's Island, but we found a house in a neighborhood called Barbary Woods that we fell in love with and ultimately purchased. The home was about 1,600 square feet, so it wasn't too big, but it was a good size for the 2 of us, our dog, and our cat. Now, while we lived there, we had our son and our daughter. Well, 1,600 square feet gets a little tight when you've got that many people living in one house. So one day we bought a new house. Now remember, we really didn't want to be on John's Island to begin with, but we ended up falling in love with it. And 5 years later, we purchased our second home just down the road in Fenwick Woods. Home was slightly bigger, and that was a good thing because we closed on that home in March of 2020. Now, if you remember what happened in March of 2020, pretty much the entire world shut down. So it was really good that now we had room to stretch out since we were all pretty much stuck inside. When we purchased that house, we had every intention of staying there essentially through high school with the kids. It was big, we had a pool, we had everything that we needed, we had friends in the neighborhood, and it was fantastic. And then an opportunity came up for us to move back to James Island. So we jumped on that and we moved into my wife's dream neighborhood of Harbor Woods, right near Stiles Point Elementary School. We found this amazing Dutch colonial, needs a little bit of work, but for us and what we want, the location is absolutely perfect. And after we did that, we decided to add one more to the family. And now I'm not talking about another kid, I'm talking about another dog. We have, hold on. We have this little nugget here is Stella. So now we're in the house in our dream neighborhood. We have our son, our daughter, 2 dogs, a cat, and now 2 hermit crabs as well. So if you're doing the math, that turns out to 4 different homes that we've lived in, 3 that we've owned in just 10 years. That's a lot of moving. But here's the advice that I want you to take away from this story. Put your priorities in perspective when you're moving to anywhere. Now, when we moved here, we knew that we wanted to be close to the beach and close to downtown Charleston. Could we have taken our first home budget and moved to Somerville and had twice the house, have everything that we needed in the house? 100% yes, we could have. But our reason for living in Charleston was to be close to the beach. Now, if your job is transferring you here and you want to be closer to your job, which may be up in Somerville or Ridgeville, then living down on James Island might not make the best sense for you. But also, your dream neighborhood is probably going to be out of reach on your first home or maybe your second home, depending on the situation. And that is where we were. If we had never bought that first home, we never would have been able to afford the second home. And if we never had that second home, we never would have been able to afford the home that we're in now, which hopefully, knock on wood, we said this in the last one, that we will be here for a much longer time. Hopefully this one takes us at least through high school. So that's my story. Now you know kind of a little bit about me, who I am, how we moved all around Charleston, and if you're looking to buy your first home or your forever home, I would love to be your realtor of choice. I would love to be a part of that story and help you write the next chapter. I've got all of my contact information down below, and if anything changes, if we buy another home, then I'm probably gonna have to do another one of these videos, so hopefully I don't make one of these videos again because I'm tired of moving.